Is this thing live? Oh, we're live, all right. Coming to you live from Miami. In just moments, the fun will begin. Where it's about 110 degrees in the shade. That's right. Partly cloudy, 85, feels like about 191. Humidity, 1,000%. Getting things in place here. Hold on, stand by. '18 streams going here. But it's the most important stream available. Okay, 2 minutes to go. Why don't we start with a beautiful, beautiful song. I don't know, did I check the audio coming from my computer? Let's see if this damn thing works. Let's change the screen, and we'll see if this, no. All right, uno momento, por favor. There it is. There it is. A tribute to Florida Man.
Florida man, catch an alligator in the trash can. If you can't do it, no one can. Come on now, Florida man.
Everybody.
You do things different down south, straight into the trash can's mouth. Go down the swamp and let 'em out. Come on now, Florida man. Florida man, you much my life. That's the way our country was designed. But we need you, Florida man.
Florida Man.
Catch those alligators in the trash can.
Yeah.
Someday soon, seem to me, the Florida will be beneath the sea, passed down through the generations, the legend of Florida man. Florida man, Florida man, catch an alligator in the trash can. If you can't do it, no one can. Come on now, Florida man. Come on now, Florida man. Come on now, Florida man. Florida man, you're much maligned. That's the way the country was designed. But we need you, Florida man.
Florida man.
Catch those alligators in the trash can. Someday soon, seem to me, the Florida will be beneath the sea, passed down through the generations. The legend of Florida man, the legend of Florida man, the legend of Florida man.
Was there any doubt that Florida was going to be the one to eventually end the world?
Florida man, the big news of the day. Florida man getting that trash can, capturing an alligator. It's national news, you see. The embarrassment that is Florida makes national news again. The news feed, top to bottom, Florida man, alligator, trash can. Now, I think that's so good, we're going to hear it one more time. What do you think? Yeah? Everybody? Okay, do it again. It's a little low on the right side. Come on now. Bring it up.
Florida man, catch an alligator in the trash can.
Catchy.
Can't do
Worth it.
no
Twice.
one can. Come on now, Florida man. You do things different down south, straight into the trash can's mouth. Go down the swamp and let 'em out. Come on now, Florida man. Florida man, you're much maligned. That's the way our country was designed. But we need you, Florida man, to catch those alligators in the trash can. Someday soon, seem to me, the Florida will be beneath the sea.
Is this copyrighted yet?
The generations, the legend of Florida man. Florida man, Florida man, catch an alligator in the trash can. If you can't do it, no one can. Come on now, Florida man.
Come on now, Florida man.
Come on now, Florida man. Come on now, Florida man. Florida man, you're much maligned. That's the way the country was designed. But we need you, Florida man, to catch those alligators in the trash can.
Perfect.
Someday soon, seem to me, the Florida will be beneath the sea, passed down through the generations. The legend of Florida man, the legend of Florida man, the legend of Florida man.
Yeah. The legend of Florida man. There he goes. Making a mockery of the Sunshine State again. Paul Leary with you here in South Florida. I realized I put that on a screen, and now thank you, very funny. I can't see my control panel because I got to tell you that it's about 185 degrees here. Feels like about 191. We've got humidity at 1,000%. And it's a beautiful view, as you can see from behind me. We got some beautiful buildings. These are all Florida. These are all Miami shots, I believe, from what I can understand. Now, let's see if I want to create this meeting so everybody can join in. Yeah, well, we got it over here. Now, is that what I want to do? I don't know if that's what I want to do, you see. Hold on for a second here. Recording. Damn. I just opened Zoom and it started recording immediately. That's not what I wanted. Now it won't close. All right, and oh, was I in a meeting? Oh shit, I think I was just in somebody's meeting. Who was that? Who was I meeting with that I didn't even know? Come on, we're trying to get to some Florida news here, so I got to bring it up on this screen. Whatever. Yeah, window, this, that, the other thing. Where's Google? Where's Chrome? Here it is. News. Bang, boom. All right, there we go. I got it on the screen. Florida news. First thing we want to go to, Miami passes Los Angeles as the second most expensive housing market in the U.S. Let's see this crap. Is it going to open up here on Channel 10? Local Channel 10 has become the new hysterical tabloid news station of Miami. Make no doubt about it. Can I open this thing wider or what? Hold on. Bring forward. Oh, yeah, there we go, like this. All right. Jesus, here we go. The median household income, Miami, $39,000. While the median home price, $549,000. Miami. Now, that was one of the stories I wanted to read. Where was the other one here? No. Zoom. Gotta get the Zoom going. Just reading local stories. Now, see, the problem here is, oh, it's still on the local news? Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, all right. Look, this is our local news. You want fried chicken with your caviar? This new Miami restaurant upgrades all the classics. You see, you can't go wrong. How about the 6 craziest moments from the Miami Commission's special meeting? Now, hold on a second. Somebody's trying to access my goddamn Zoom over here or something. I think I'm being hacked. Trying to just do a very normal, nice broadcast of the local news that's happening here. And I thought there was some video with this, but there is not. So we go back here. Local 10. All these news websites, you know, it's very interesting. The aggressive advertising that they have on these things. Aggressive. You can't even get to the story. We all have these bigger phones, bigger screens, we're on computers, and the whole friggin' page, top to bottom, is all advertisements. You can't get by it. But here's some video showing a duo who stole specialized $13,000 bicycle in Sunrise. Let's check this out here. Let's get the video of these. Can we get it? Is it on the screen? Yeah, and I'm all wiped out. I'm all washed out. I'm white. I'm too white. Let me turn that off. And of course, it's not going to play. The advertisements play beautifully. Loading, but no buffering. Do I have any background music? Oh, and yeah, here comes the ads. I don't even have the, let me turn that down. Let me get this. Here we go.
$1,000. Look, this Madeline Wright has a story from Sunrise.
Oh, Louie.
The bike that was stolen cost $13,500. It was similar to this one, which has electric shifting, and it was actually swiped from this rack.
She took me over here, so I followed her there.
Giancarlo Lennis is describing the moment a woman posing as a customer distracted him while an accomplice stole this expensive bike from the shop where he works.
Definitely wasn't expecting it. I'm just, still processing it, but like, definitely lets me know I gotta be more careful.
The theft happened at Megacycle on Southwest 160th Avenue in Sunrise exactly 1 week ago today. Surveillance video shows the woman waving at Lennis to get his attention while he's on the phone. She draws him toward a section of bikes on the left side of the store, and while the cashier is talking to her with his back turned, a man coming from the right side of the store walks right out the front door with the pricey ride.
And they also did have masks on, so I guess, they did take advantage of, the whole mask situation to cover up their face.
In a separate incident, surveillance video shows a man in Coral Gables who broke into a garage and stole a $650 bike from a house on Pizarro Street on Monday. 35-year-old Francisco Rivera was arrested and charged with burglary and theft. Back at the bike shop, Lennis is hoping for a similar outcome.
I mean, I would like to, for them to get caught and whatnot.
This isn't the first time the bike shop has fallen victim to crime. 4 years ago, someone stole a $5,000 bike, but it was eventually returned. The people who work at this bike shop are hoping the same thing happens with this bike. If you think you know who or where the suspects are, police want you to give them a call. In Sunrise, Madeline Wright, Local 10 News.
All right, what do we have here? Oh, yeah, let's watch this. This is the big story.
It's Chevy Truck
Yeah,
Month.
hold on. Can I turn that off? You bet the hell I can. We're not going to have Chevy truck advertisements on this program. You better believe I got all the control of that audio, right? Right? Wrong. Where did that come in? Shit. Oh, yeah, you can hear me. Here we go.
To see you yesterday at noon. Miami's police chief is in the hot seat during a special meeting yesterday.
Now we know the outcome from it all. Local 10 News' Bertrand Kelly is live outside Miami City Hall with those details. Trent.
Well, that special meeting turned into a day-long event yesterday with commissioners ultimately voting to move forward with an investigation into the police chief's hiring and those allegations he made in that 8-page memo. But it's one moment in particular in which a commissioner questions the chief's attire at an old charity event that is now going viral online.
Viral.
If it aye? Aye. A nay? All right. It passes.
A messy meeting at Miami City Hall ending with a vote by commissioners to open an investigation into the hiring of Police Chief Art Acevedo just days after he penned this 8-page memo accusing some commissioners of wrongdoing.
What I want is a full investigation of all the accusations and allegations that the chief made in that memo that he sent.
The memo, sent to the mayor and city manager, accuses 3 current commissioners of engaging in a pattern of official misconduct and unlawful behavior after they tried to interfere with an internal police investigation. It also accuses Commissioner Joe Carollo of threatening Acevedo and claims Commissioner Alex Diaz de la Portilla offered to trade favors. The commissioners later firing back.
Very clear that I consider them lies. Outright lies.
Look at this.
Stop it there.
The meeting
right
devolving
there.
into an airing of grievances at one point when Carollo repeatedly played an old clip of Acevedo doing an Elvis impersonation at a Texas charity event and appeared to take issue with his pants.
Where his midsection are in pants so tight. Like this. Is this something that you believe?
He's looking right at
It's
it.
appropriate for a police chief?
The blistering memo prompting city commissioners to propose an investigative committee which will hire an attorney to look into the chief's allegations as well as the factors that led up to his hiring.
Oh, that
and we're
was
told
fabulous.
city commissioners will be meeting again this coming Friday to further discuss that new investigative panel. We will be there, and we'll let you know what they decide.
And what will you be
For now,
wearing?
that's the latest live
Maybe
from
you should do
Miami
a red
City
carpet.
Hall. Trent Kelly, Local 10.
Trent, get out there. Why don't you do a red carpet and see what everybody's wearing? Maybe they got different, polyester on. How tight is it? Get the crotch shot. That sounds like a great idea. Miami, that's Miami. Where's Thomas Kennedy when we need him? Where's that video of Thomas Kennedy? I know that's on my feed. Hold on. Not that one. Where's my, is this going to open here? Yeah. Where's my, oh, of course. Of course the advertisements play on Local 10. Yeah, Local 10. Here we go. Hold on. Let me put in Thomas Kennedy because he's the best. Thomas Kennedy. There we go. Where's the video of him, the meeting? He was fantastic. Look at, he's got everything here. They're an embarrassment. He's speaking. He's yelling. He's interrupting. He's the best. A really engaged citizen. Thomas Kennedy. Here we go. Oh, here he is. Can we hear it?
Comments, and again, they're using and abusing their public office, while in our city we have real problems: unaffordable housing, inequality, crumbling infrastructure, and day after day, meeting after meeting, they make an embarrassment out of our city and the commission. I applaud the police chief for exposing the corruption, the embarrassment that this commission has become, and these people need to be investigated, and the full fury of the Department of Justice needs to come on their heads.
Thank you very much.
And they're doing what they always do. They're filibustering. They don't want to hear from public comment. And again, they're using and abusing their public office, while in our city we have real problems: unaffordable
All right,
housing.
there he is. We heard it again. But where is he at the meeting? It's probably a few tweets down here. Is this him?
Thomas Kennedy.
Yeah.
I want to say I sat here for 2 hours because I think it's important to be here and to speak.
There he
Our
is.
city's going through some serious challenges. Housing is completely unaffordable. Inequality is rising.
Yes.
The infrastructure is mediocre at best. And I want to thank Chief Acevedo for detailing how you have used and abused your public office, racketeering, bribery, extortion, corruption for decades. For decades.
Decades.
So I thank the chief. You have turned this commission into an embarrassment. Meeting after meeting, airing your petty grievances. It's just embarrassing what has what has come of our city under your leadership. And I hope the full weight and fury of the Department of Justice comes onto you, and you're prosecuted to the full extent of the law. You are not public servants. You are an embarrassment. To public office. And you should be ashamed of yourself.
Ashamed.
Thank you.
Thank you. There he is. Thomas Kennedy. They should be ashamed of themselves. He is so right. Now I want to pull up this over here from Miami Herald and switch it out and see if I can get this to work while I'm fiddling with some other.
I object, as I did object to the process that was by which this, or lack of process, by which this chief was chosen. And Mr. City Manager, it is very simple. See, you would have known everything that he has done in Houston. There's something called Google.
I have a rhetorical question first, and then I have a comment. I'm amazed at why are we all acting so surprised. All you had to do, as my illustrious Commissioner Reyes says, is Google the current chief. Now, I believe in all fairness to him, he is a great law enforcement officer. Ain't take that away from him. But the record states that wherever he was, there was always controversy. The record states that. I'm not saying that. It's there as a
terrible audio, Miami Herald. You better hire me.
And it is unusual for the African American, especially Council of Christian Clergy, to somewhat be in agreement with the commissioners on this. But having served as a former City of Miami commissioner, I know it sets a dangerous
recording in progress.
If we allow one person to take control of this city.
And I said, this gentleman shouldn't have been picked without properly
Recording stopped.
Commissioner Carollo, a part of that process that was designed to help to vet the next police chief. And then one day we woke up and boom, they got a guy from out of Houston, and I'm like, what, as young, what had happened? I didn't even know what happened. But we respected the mayor and the manager's right to make the choice, and so we took it on the chin. But this is the kind of thing that can happen when you don't do things by process.
Okay, so there's that from the Miami Herald. Thank you very much. On this other screen, let's see if we can put this down. Don't start another video, whatever you do.
When Air Force Major John Richardson...
Wrong. No. Now I want to see if we can hear the story.
Crotch shots and pot shots. Miami Police Chief's dance
Crotch
moves
shots
highlighted in odd
and
hearing.
pot shots. That's a
With
great
Miami
headline.
Police Chief Art Acevedo's job hanging in the balance Monday, Commissioner Joe Carollo went to, where else, but the videotape. As Miami's new chief peeked occasionally down at an airing of grievances about his performance from a second-floor City Hall window, Corallo projected onto a large screen a long-forgotten Elvis Presley impersonation by Acevedo during a fundraiser, the outline of his crotch prominently displayed in the tight white one-piece outfit he chose for the occasion. Do you find it acceptable for your police chief to go out in public with pants like that, with his midsection and pants so tight? Corallo, freezing the video, asked the man who hired Acevedo. City manager Art Noriega didn't answer. Dozens of people in attendance cheered. Even in a city with a rich history of strange things taking place behind the dais, Monday may have set a new standard for the bizarre and outrageous. This is the absolute worst waste of time and taxpayer money that a commission can do. They're not even questioning him about his job. Today was just a lot of grandstanding by commissioners. It was an embarrassment, said criminologist and University of Miami sociology chairman Alex Piquero, who has also studied crime in Dallas, Philadelphia, and New York City. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Oh, damn. They got me. Where's the sponsor? They can't even get that right. Jesus
Meanwhile,
Christ.
just outside
There we
City
go.
Hall, a box truck outfitted with LED billboards drove around blasting a newscast from 2005 when Corallo was arrested on a domestic violence charge. Commissioners on Monday, minus Chairman Ken Russell, gathered during a special session to discuss the past actions and the future of Acevedo, the 57-year-old chief who moved here from Houston 6 months ago with a solid national reputation. They were upset with a whole host of actions taken by the chief during his brief tenure. Near the end of Monday's lengthy 7-hour hearing, the 4 commissioners present appointed themselves committee members with subpoena power to investigate actions the chief outlined in a memo that was leaked over the weekend and accused some elected leaders of improperly influencing police investigations. They essentially gave themselves authority to investigate themselves and any other type of alleged.
Damn. We lost the audio. Yeah, we're just streaming. All right, can I fast forward through it?
Crotch shots and of alleged corruption in Miami. The chief's memo said
Crotch
Acevedo
shot.
was looking into excessive force used by some officers and attempts by commissioners to
we
subvert
go.
decisions the chief made regarding personnel. He also said he was contacting federal authorities, though several commissioners expressed skepticism. Commissioner Jeffrey Watson was named chairman of the committee and will be responsible for passing along any subpoenas to the city attorney, who was told to look for an investigator who could help commissioners in their probe. Also present at the meeting were Corallo and Commissioners Manolo Reyes and Alex Diaz de la Portilla. Commissioners had questions about recent demotions and hirings. They were upset when a popular sergeant-at-arms named Luis Camacho was relieved of duty with little explanation. They didn't particularly like how Acevedo was hired to begin with, when Noriega and Mayor Francis Suarez bypassed a lengthy interview process for a new chief with several internal candidates to suddenly name Acevedo the chief. Commissioners were also furious at a statement made by Acevedo during an August morning roll call, when he said the department was run by the Cuban mafia, later admitting he was unaware it was a phrase coined by Fidel Castro that referred to Miami exiles who opposed his regime as criminals. But it was the last few paragraphs in the leaked memo that really created a story. Despite his recent apology over the Cuban mafia statement, the chief claimed the actions of some commissioners bore a resemblance to communist Cuba. What he's really trying to say, he's trying to intimidate us, Corallo said in response to the memo. Noticeably absent from the meeting was Acevedo, who was spotted at one point peeking down into the chamber from some windows on the second floor between the city manager and the mayor's office. Suarez, who also didn't appear during the hearing, said afterward he followed it closely. I can share that in the weeks leading up to today's special meeting I have been in dialogue with city leaders in an effort to address this situation as expeditiously as possible, said the mayor. And I will continue actively engaging all parties in search of a satisfactory resolution to this matter. Most of Monday's meeting was spent with Corallo reading stories and memos about Acevedo's history at departments in California and Texas. He occasionally stopped to ask Noriega if he was familiar with the chief's past actions, like a lawsuit involving sexual harassment when he was with the California Highway Patrol and another in Texas involving rape kits that were alleged to have not been investigated properly. No sir, Noriega said repeatedly. At one point during Monday's discussion, Corallo said that Acevedo had taken time off without properly using vacation or personal days. He also pointed out that the chief's yearly compensation package was in excess of $437,000. Late in the afternoon, audience members got about 2 minutes each to say their piece. About a dozen people spoke. The crowd was fairly split. Some argued complaints about the chief were blowback for reform. Others argued he was a change agent finally willing to take on commissioners. After the meeting adjourned, Acevedo was seen walking from a second-floor conference room where he spent much of the day, towards Suarez's office. A source familiar with conversations between the two said they've been in discussion the past week over scenarios in which Acevedo resigned. Commissioners also called for further discussion at 1 p.m. Friday, when the budget will also be discussed. This story was originally published September 27, 2021, 9:13 p.m.
Next article.
Hey, wait a minute. We didn't ask for the next
20-year-old
article.
who believed he was too healthy to need COVID vaccine dies, NC mom says. A 20-year-old college student in eastern North Carolina has died of COVID-19 related issues after deciding he was too healthy to need the vaccine. Tyler Gilreath, who lived in Cary, contracted the virus just days after moving to the coast to attend classes at the University of North Carolina, Wilmington. His mother, Tamara DeMello, told the News and Observer in a phone interview Tuesday. Gilreath was not vaccinated, DeMello said, and had resisted getting the shot, often telling his mother he was young, healthy, and didn't have any pre-existing conditions, and therefore didn't need the vaccine's protection. When they're
Sounds
20,
about right.
you can't make them do what they don't want to do anymore, DeMello said. You can cajole, you can threaten. I can't physically pick him up and put him in the car. At some point when
Sure you
mothers push
can.
too hard, it's almost like they put up the brick wall and want to push back just for no good reason except that you're trying to get them to do something, she said. They don't think it's that important. DeMello urged parents of children who haven't yet been vaccinated to get their kids to do so immediately. It's not just a young person's life, it's their family and everybody around them, DeMello said through tears. Everybody cares about him. I can't tell you how much outpouring we've had of people who were praying for him and care about him. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
The unstoppable spirit lives inside all of us. Don't let fraud hold.
All right, so let's put that down for a second. What I'm doing here is trying to get a couple of things working so it moves more slowly, more smoothly. There we go.
She added, I told his stepmom, we're supposed to be planning graduations and weddings, not funerals. After months of DeMello trying to persuade her son to get the shot, he agreed, just in time for his mother's 60th birthday on August 30th. Busy packing up his belongings for college, and spending his
He's
last
dead.
few days of summer with his friends and girlfriend, Gilreath told his mother would get vaccinated once he reached campus. But he never got a chance. Within days
Didn't
of
make
DeMello
it.
driving him to Wilmington in mid-August, he had been exposed to the virus and tested positive around August 20th, she said. Continued effects of COVID. Over the next 3 weeks, Gilreath was extremely sick, his mother said, running a 102-degree fever and experiencing nausea and other symptoms. Around September 7th,
okay, got
his
it.
fever and other major symptoms had mostly abated, and he had tested negative. We thought he was over it, pretty much,
Didn't
DeMello
work.
said. The headaches and his continuing to feel lethargic seemed to be leftover effects of COVID, she said. When he went to the doctor's office, however, Gilreath found out he had a sinus infection. It was a few days before he could get a prescription for oral antibiotics filled and start taking the medicine. By that point, the infection had combined with a staph infection and had started to move toward his brain, DeMello said. During the weekend of September 18th, Gilreath began acting erratic. His mother hadn't been able to reach him for a few days, but it wasn't unusual for him to not return calls, especially when I've been calling him every day. On the night of September 20th, Gilreath was feeling significant weakness on the right side of his body, almost as if he had lost control of it, DeMello said. His roommates took him to the emergency room around 10 p.m., and by 1:30 a.m., surgeons were performing a craniotomy, creating
Jesus.
an opening in his skull to use a catheter to drain excess fluid. Condition waivers. DeMello drove down to Wilmington, and Gilreath's father drove from Ohio. Doctors told them the sinus infection had gone to their son's brain, and had ruptured. Over the course of the week, Gilreath's condition got worse. But there was one day when he seemed to be getting better. He would open his eyes for a second, and most of the time he wasn't tracking, but one time, he looked directly at me, and he would squeeze our hands, DeMello said. So I know he knows we were there. The swelling in his brain continued to worsen, however. After one more craniotomy, and the removal of more fluid through
Christ.
catheters, at around 3 a.m. on September 25th, doctors informed his parents Gilreath was likely not going to survive. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says everyone aged 12 years and older should get a COVID-19 vaccination as soon as possible. The vaccine has proven successful at protecting most people from severe illness and death, the The CDC says. UNC Wilmington confirmed to the News and Observer Tuesday that Gilreath was enrolled for the fall semester and was a sophomore majoring in computer science. He transferred to the university from Virginia Tech, officials said. He was in the Corps of Cadets at Virginia Tech his freshman year, before COVID shut down classes. He decided to come back to North Carolina, and transferred to UNCW, DeMello told Wecht. Her son signed an organ donor agreement when he got his driver's license, and doctors expected up to 80 people would be helped by the skin, ligament and organ donations, DeMello wrote in a September 26 Facebook post. He will live on in my heart and through those recipients. I know he is with God, but the hole in my life he leaves will never go away.
He's with
I love
God.
you, son. Rest in peace, she wrote.
Okay.
UNC Wilmington has
Amen.
adopted a series of protocols during the pandemic, including requiring masks while students are indoors. Positive COVID-19 tests on campus have been trending down, and the university credits that to an upward trend in vaccinations among students. As of September 28, North Carolina has had nearly 1.4 million COVID-19 cases and more than 16,000 deaths since the pandemic started in March 2020, the state says. This story was originally published September 28, 2021, 9:30 a.m.
Okay, mute that shit.
Next article.
No way, lady. Not on my watch. We need some, we need an upper. Anybody got any uppers? Compared to that story. Holy God. Now they squeezed that one in on us with this new audio as they're reading the articles, which, you know, sometimes is great, especially for an audiophile like myself. But one after another there, I want to be able to at least take a breath between the 20-year-old dropping dead and the craniotomy and the next story of the guy with the alligator in the trash can. One goddamn thing at a time, Miami Herald, will you? Now, I want to do something that's more fun here. And we're on this other computer, which is a little more easy to manipulate. Yeah, slightly cooler. Oh, wait a minute. It's today Wednesday. It's going to be slightly cooler. You can see the graphic there, 88. Can I zoom in on it? 88. Slightly cooler Wednesday, mostly dry, 88. Let's see what CBS Miami has to say for itself. And stay out of it, will you? Jesus. Miami slightly cooler. All the advertisements right in your face. They work fine. The story, though, itself, not loading. The pictures associated with the story, not loading. But if you want a Volkswagen from the VW South Florida, better vehicles, better payments, whatever the hell that means, it's right there. What? Better vehicles at better payments. Yeah, right. What does that mean? The money comes out faster? Maybe it comes out the day before it's supposed to go in? Because that's usually how they are. What is this?
Can You're at home this morning? 60s?
60s. You know, it was impressive.
When was it 60? Did I sleep through it? I probably did.
No lie, I was okay. There's that low for Kendall, which, you know,
Kendall.
Yeah. And you know what's interesting is I was tracking the numbers all morning, and I was waiting to see, because we were hovering right around 70. But of course, those temperatures can dip overnight while we're sleeping, and that indeed was likely the case. Or just before sunrise, the temperatures also tend to drop by a few degrees. So hey, we're already hitting the upper 60s here at the end of September. Not too bad. Thanks, Mother Nature. Right now, as we look from our Miami camera, we're seeing plenty of sunshine. Of course, that sun is now allowing us to warm up.
This is
Key
Miami
West right now. Look at that. I can barely find a cloud in the sky. We have been so lucky the past few days, really spoiled with this fabulous weather. There are some clouds here around Fort Lauderdale and parts of northern Miami, and the wind is out of the northeast, 7 to 12 miles an hour, and that breeze makes it feel oh so nice and not as steamy, not as humid as we have in the past few weeks. And we can't complain about these numbers either, right? 84 in Fort Lauderdale right now. Not too hot, 85 in Homestead. And then the warmest spot, of course, during the afternoon hours tends to be the inland areas away from the coast. 88 degrees in Kendall now, 86 in Key West. And the dew point temperatures, not too shabby either, in the upper 60s. So that sure beats the upper 70s, which we had just a week ago. And then right now, dew points starting to creep up in Fort Lauderdale and the Keys into the low 70s. Here's a look at Hurricane Sam, which is not a threat.
Oh, forget it. Turn it off. I want to see, Alexa, what's the forecast right now? Let's see if the microphone gets it.
In Miami, it's 85 degrees Fahrenheit with mostly sunny skies. Tonight, you can look for clouds and showers with a low of 79 degrees.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's all you need. You don't need all this happy talk and this thing going on about Mother Nature and whatever the hell else she was saying. Give me a break. These weather forecasters here, what a joke. Let's go to the main news page and see what CBS Miami thinks is news today. The mask policy. Everybody doesn't want to wear a mask. The children, they want to wear a mask. The Florida Board of Education says eyes 11 districts, including Miami. Let's see what this says. Is it loading? Is there going to be an advertisement?
Now to the Biden presidency, a very busy week in Washington continues as Congress and the Biden administration negotiate over a looming government shutdown.
Let's see if we can make it through. What is this? About 2 minutes of local news. And I say these words very, very, very broadly. Local news in Miami. Let's see if we can make it through.
For defaulting on government loans and the president's legislative priorities, including an infrastructure bill and a much larger package focused on social safety programs. CBS 4's Skylar Henry has the latest from the White House.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says they will vote on a resolution to avoid a partial government shutdown set to begin Friday.
We can approve this measure quickly and send it to the House so it can reach the president's desk before funding expires midnight tomorrow.
But there is still an October 18th deadline to raise the debt limit, which allows the government to pay its bills. Republicans say they oppose raising the debt limit because Democrats are working to pass a $3.5 trillion spending bill on their own using a Senate tool called reconciliation.
Look at this guy. Let's go back. Hold on. Where
because
is
Democrats are working to pass a
Look at him. Where is he? Hold on.
$3.5 trillion, which allows the government to pay its bills.
The government's
Republicans say they
look at this. Look at that turtle McBastard.
Oppose raising the debt limit because Democrats are working to pass a $3.5 trillion spending bill on their own using a Senate tool called reconciliation.
Democrats' reckless taxing and spending spree will earn it 0 votes from Senate Republicans.
President Biden canceled a planned trip to Chicago in order to continue negotiations with a pair of moderate Senate Democrats who have still not signed off on the spending bill.
We're at a pivotal moment, need to continue to work to finalize the path forward.
The president met with Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema yesterday, and Sinema will be back at the White House today. The two oppose the $3.5 trillion price tag, but won't say what they can accept.
So we haven't talked about figures at all. We should be talking about the need of our country.
Without the reconciliation bill, progressive Democrats in the House say they won't sign off on the president's $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, which is scheduled for a vote Thursday.
We are not confining our vision, as the president has said he's not confining his, for rebuilding infrastructure to this legislation.
Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders added to the pressure, tweeting, "I strongly urge my House colleagues to vote against the bipartisan infrastructure bill until Congress passes a strong reconciliation bill." Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
And Washington State Democratic Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, the head of the Congressional Progressive Caucus, says 60 Democratic House members will not vote yes on infrastructure until the Senate passes the reconciliation bill. If that holds true, Democrats won't have the votes in the House to pass the infrastructure bill.
Oh, the progressives now holding it up. Hey, wait a minute. That's me. I'm progressive. Good. Get it together. What else is in Miami? CBS Miami, CBS 4 Miami news that we can look at here that we wanted to see. Oh yeah, let's look at this again. We saw the parody video. Let's see. Can we make it full screen? Look at this. Oh, I haven't seen. I haven't seen this whole thing.
Watch out. You sit down, Enaya. Right there.
And the children. Listen to the children laughing.
Hey, let me know when the head go on the side. Let me know. Somebody let me know when the head go on the side of the thing. I got you,
Yeah. Make sure everybody lets him know. He's going to grab him right by the... Right by the Florida. Look at this. Do you believe this? This like happens every other day around here. Look at this. And what are they going to dump him in the sewer? Oh, they're bringing him over to the canal. Look at this. This happens every day. I was just driving down the street. I saw somebody walking a pig, Biscayne Boulevard, yesterday, coming back from the car wash. Big, giant pig on a leash. Oh, now he's going backwards and doing all of this. Well, what could happen here? He's not going to trip or fall. Nobody's helping him. Nobody's going near him. What could possibly go wrong here? If this alligator doesn't eat this guy, then, you know, the whole thing was for nothing. For naught.
Was there any doubt that Florida was going to be the one to eventually end the world?
No doubt at all. Look at, he killed him. That's an endangered species. That guy's going to prison. Did he kill that little baby alligator? He's traumatized. Look at, he's stunned. Stunned.
You son of a bitch.
Do you believe what you're seeing? And it's a happy ending.
Don't go in the water.
Don't go in the water, whatever you do. It's a happy ending. The crowd goes wild. Okay, CBS Miami. This Mac with no buttons is really, really getting on my last nerves. They had the virtual, taskbar. I can't stand it. All right, what else do we have here? I'm glad we saw that whole video because I had only seen a couple of clips while it was 60 this morning and I was still sleeping. So I didn't see any of this. So I'm glad I got up to see it. And we have complete coverage around the clock. Every local news station. Is it 5 o'clock? Oh, let's see what's going on live. Let's see if we can make it through 1 minute of a live newscast. Right before.
Dealership to driveway.
I can't take it with the commercials. Your video resume in 20 seconds. Fine. 20 seconds. What can we say? Was that the Design District? Florida. Paul Leary coming to you live from Miami, where anything goes. I want to hear all your stories. Now, I sent a link in the chat to see if I could either take audio only, or video through Zoom, and I can't see the chat, so we don't know.
Please
we'll
reach
never
out
know.
to them. But for now, we are live here in Orlando.
Who the hell is that?
Austin Carter, CBS 4 News.
Who?
Austin, thank you.
Austin,
Miami-Dade police seized several pounds of drugs and thousands of dollars in cash in a recent sweep to keep our streets safe. Officers shared this picture on Twitter of the drug bust. They seized more than 5 kilos of cocaine, 5 pounds of marijuana, 12 ounces of ecstasy, and $68,000.
And a partridge in a pear tree, I think.
No word, though, on where the drugs or cash actually came from.
A driver loses control of a work van and ends up in a backyard pool in Northwest Miami-Dade. It happened in the 400 block of Northwest 74th
every
Avenue.
other day.
Sources on the scene
is this really news? There are cars, vans, backhoes, any kind of vehicle every other day is landing in a pool in Miami. And look at, we're 9 minutes into the local news, 5 o'clock, and this is what they're talking about.
For some residents,
that's fluff.
Take a look at this map we put together for you to see if you need to boil your water. Those affected
look at this map we put together for you to
between Pembroke Road and Northeast 7th Street.
Are we going to make it through this newscast?
Recent water main break. Residents are being asked to boil water for 1 minute before drinking, cooking, or brushing your teeth.
Turning now to the Biden presidency. The clock is ticking on a government shutdown, something Congress is trying to avoid. The main sticking point in a budget battle is extending the debt limit, which Republicans say...
Let me mute that. Judy, hold on 1 second. I'm going to bring you in here. Let's see if I can do this. If I can bring you in here, this would be real good. I think I have to... Oh, I should have answered it on that phone, right? On pair. Let's see. I'm going to call back? Yeah, call me right back. I'm going to answer it on the other one. All right. Now, this is going to be interesting because I'm not taking a phone call this way. And we'll see if it comes through. Oh, because I have it on Do Not Disturb. That's why it didn't come through here. All right. Off. And, let me call her. FaceTime audio. I'm going to call you. There it is. There it is. Now let's see.
Hey there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh,
FaceTime
good.
audio.
FaceTime audio. That's good. It's nice and clear. I'm just testing out some live streaming video right now, and you're on with me on my social media. So I'm glad you called in. We were just looking at some local Miami news and Florida news. And I don't know if you heard about this, but a man today wrestled a baby alligator with a trash can, captured it, and then released it into the pond.
Why would he do that?
That's how we roll in Florida. That's how we roll.
Really? I saw a guy, I don't know if you saw this, who wrestled a baby like a small alligator who had his dog in his mouth. Did you see that? That was about a week ago.
That was a while ago. That was a good one. That was a real good one.
That was a good one too. Do they have contests or things where people like the Purge, they can go out and kill as many alligators as they want and like get a prize?
Now wait a minute. Are you
Florida?
joking? Are you joking about that? Because that is actually something that does happen, but not with alligators. With pythons.
No, okay, I saw it with pythons, and I saw it actually somewhere like in the Midwest with wild boars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, because the pythons are not native to the Everglades, and they're screwing with the ecosystem. So a bunch of guys get their shotguns out, or any gun that's nearby within an arm's length.
Yeah.
And they go out and
Yeah, there was a documentary or something I was watching. Maybe it was on HBO about that. And so they went all throughout the country where they have different types of events in which people are rewarded for either killing the most, and there was some controversy, right? Like say the wild boars, that was for like the fattest or the heaviest. And some people were saying if you really want to like get rid of the species, you should be killing the piglets, not the older ones. So it was just kind of interesting.
Oh, I love that. I love all that kind of stuff.
Me too.
So what's going on in your world today? What are you doing?
Well,
how's the weather in Boston? It's about 185 degrees here, and it's it's nice for September, end of September. Apparently, I slept through. We were in the upper 60s this morning. Apparently, I slept through it. We were just watching a little local Miami news, and they mentioned that. I said I must have slept through it because right now it's very warm. We're cooking.
It's perfect here. Temperature here is perfect. I don't even know what it is, but it's perfect. Unfortunately for me, I've had some shitty, one shitty employee give me a hard time today. And when that happens, it took up a big chunk of my day dealing with nonsense. But other than that, I'm good. I'm still fabulous.
You are always the fabulous Judy. Always the fabulous Judy. Can you tell us a little bit, without going into too much, detail, but can you give us a couple of tidbits of what this employee did that might, was it humorous at all? Was it maddening? Give us just a thumbnail.
Well, I felt
you can't say something like that and not give us a thumbnail. Huh?
I felt like ripping my hair out, especially after. So we'll just say that there are different districts. We'll call them District 1, District 2, and District 3.
Yeah.
Many customers are dependent upon the product we supply. Most of us could not live without it.
Love it. Got it.
So District 2 is right now exploding with work, and the number of employees cannot keep up with the demand. So we occasionally borrow employees from District 1. Now, this has been going on for months, never a problem, until today, because the type of work that District 2 was giving to District 1 was like really what they would call primo work, and that it's really easy and you can get a lot of overtime by doing an easy job. So it is the preferred job of all employees.
Nice.
So with that said, District 2, which I am responsible for, the gentleman who has the work said to me, I am not releasing it. We are keeping this work for us. I said, there's plenty of work, but we have customers who need this product. And I'm not getting into all of this. We are assigning the work and getting help, and let's just call it a day. And he refused to give up the work.
Because the work is so desirable. It's like the sweet job. It's the job that everybody wants. He wouldn't give it up tooth or nail.
Correct. And even at the customer's expense. I mean, these jobs have a time frame of when they must be completed. And again, large businesses cannot run without our product. So this is not this is a necessity to run and operate a business or residence.
Necessity.
So I don't have time. I just am trying to satisfy customers and get the job done. So the employee has really been giving me a hard time since I took over District 2, because he said for 12 years, no one ever asked him what he did before. I'm the first person who ever asked him what his, about his work. He said he would prefer, as the supervisor, I'm the supervisor, I don't speak to him at all.
Wait a minute. You're the supervisor and you can't speak to him about his work that nobody ever spoke to him about for decades.
Correct.
Wow. And so that made you feel, frustrated, infuriated, perhaps.
Yes. Yes. And at this company in which I work, things operate a little differently than what I'm used to. So insubordinate employees, and again, I love the working man. I want to say that right now. This guy, and everybody knows that we got a jerk every once in a while, and he's one of them. I couldn't be any nicer as a supervisor. Normally, I would have just sent him home for being insubordinate, but I always have to run things by HR. And they actually said I really didn't have to run it by them. I should have just sent him home.
Well, isn't that something? You had the power that you didn't even know that you had.
I didn't know I had the power, but now that I know.
And I know you, and that scares me. Now, does your power only work at your company, or does your power extend into the streets?
My power has always been there. I love a little meme that I saw. It was a woman, and it said, and I could so relate. I used to have it hanging on my desk, and it said she didn't know whether to use her power for good or evil.
Ooh, I like that.
I must tell you, my power has always been used for the good, and not for just my good, but for the good of all.
Oh, I like that. Now, let me just ask you, can you hear this music bed?
Yes.
Oh, you can. Okay. Interesting. Very good. All right.
Yes.
And, let's see.
So in the midst of all this chaos, another employee had a minor motor vehicle accident.
With the company vehicle?
With the company truck.
Wow.
Now you can ask any supervisor in any business across the world, the worst thing you want to hear is accident. I mean, I'm definitely grateful. Again, it was minor. First thing, I definitely don't want anyone to get hurt. I want them to be safe. But everybody knows it now involves a shitload of paperwork, claim numbers, disability numbers, and the list goes on and on. So whenever, get this, whenever an employee has a preventable motor vehicle accident, the supervisor must create a 10-page PowerPoint to explain what happened and corrective action to be taken.
What did you say, like a 10-page PowerPoint? Oh, God, just saying those words makes me ill.
Same here. Feel sick. So needless to say, these two, like what one might consider small little things, encompassed a lot of my time today and took my eye off the ball, which is getting work orders out and pleasing customers and delivering our product. So my motto is, don't be a pain in the fucking balls.
Now, wait a minute. Let's get that. Say that a little bit more slowly so everybody understands it. You have a motto, which is...
Don't be a pain in the fucking balls.
That's something we can all live by. That's one for the ages.
People know who they are. I will tell you that everybody I work with knows that this guy is a pain in the balls. The motor vehicle guy actually is a sweetheart, and accidents happen,
Yes.
So he felt really bad about that. But the other guy, I'm certain his wife hates him. I'm certain his neighbors hate him. He has really bad halitosis. Maybe seems like he hates himself.
I'm beginning to hate him, and I never even laid eyes on this bitch.
Yep. Everybody at the union hall knows he sucks.
Oh, there's a union involved? Oh, come on.
Yes. And by the way, I am pro-union. Even as a supervisor on management, I myself belong to another union. I have a part-time job occasionally.
Oh, wait a minute. You mean because managers normally aren't union, that's the whole reason. The union and the management are at odds, but you're part of a union outside of your full-time responsibilities.
Correct.
Oh, interesting.
So I appreciate the working man. I appreciate the labor that folks do. I am always an advocate for treating employees well. And I'm priding myself. I've been a supervisor for almost 30 years. And I would venture to say that you could probably dig way deep into my past and find many, many people who have enjoyed working with me as a supervisor.
Now, that's a big statement.
Yeah, well, it's true. It's true.
Maybe you could have a whole other career of sort of teaching other managers how not to be a fucking pain in the balls.
Yeah, Yes.
That could be another career, like a consulting business, maybe.
Well, listen, I would definitely not have a problem with that. But here's the thing: when you get to be a certain age, it's no longer fucking teachable. You're an asshole. It's like I tell my kids, okay? When you see somebody that's 80 years old and they're an asshole,
yeah,
chances are they were an asshole at 70, 60, 50, 40, and no one liked them then either. So, this is that kind of guy. He's definitely not a likable guy.
You know, that's interesting. So wait a minute. What's the cutoff for assholes to be rehabilitated? Is there a cutoff?
Yeah, there is. I'm going to say 32.
Oh, God, really?
Yes. I mean, there's always hope and there are miracles, but fundamentally, leopards don't change their spots unless they find religion or have some sort of epiphany.
Interesting.
Very doubtful that either will happen to this pain in the balls.
I mean, my sort of point of view of life is that people can evolve. You know, people can learn about other people's. Oh, did we crash? Hold on. No, we're still going. We're still going. Something crashed. No, we're still going. It was Google Chrome. Google Chrome crashed, but the broadcast lives on.
All right. Awesome. No, Paul, I do think people can change. I do. And I've actually witnessed, but those people have recognized some character defects about themselves, some shortcomings. They're able to, take a look at themselves. But there are those who are incapable of being honest with others and themselves.
Yeah.
And those poor unfortunates are much harder to change.
Well, that's why I use the word evolve instead of change, because yes, we all get into who we are. It's our personalities, the way we like things for whatever the reason as we develop through life. You know, some people like blue, some people like red, some people like pink, some people like gold, some people like sparkles, you know, and that there are reasons for that. But so it's an evolution. It's almost like the gay marriage thing. That was an evolution rather than, oh, people change. Well, no, people still whatever, but it's an evolution. But for the most part, the people don't change. I do kind of believe that. And of course I have a roommate. When I was thinking about, the age, when I asked you what age can people sort of still learn, and you said 32, well, he's at least 10 years older than that. I think he's 43. And I'm just thinking, I have tried for these 3.5 years to, by the way, if anybody's listening, and I don't know if anybody is, I can't see all the chat rooms. I have multiple streams going. I'm looking to move in South Florida, preferably the Fort Lauderdale, Broward area. Please contact me offline. Thank you. I just wanted to put in a plug for myself because, here's my friend.
I also want to add.
Yeah, my friend Martha Ulrich is watching. I just saw something. Go ahead, Judy. Go ahead.
I just want to say also, cut off for getting married, 37. Do not marry anybody after fucking age 37. That's a nightmare. If the person has not ever been married before or lived with someone, I should preference that.
All right, hold on a second. Let me just get that one in my head now. If someone has not lived with somebody prior to the age of 37, do not marry them because they don't know how to behave. Living with someone is what I got out of that one.
That is true. That is true. Life is about compromise, and those people that have not lived with others, because let's face it, I love the song Maroon 5. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. It's compromise that moves us along. And all of us compromise every day. And people who have not lived with others have a deficit in the skill set of compromising.
I like that, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's 100% true in my life experience on this planet. And I'm a good judge, and I can tell the pain in the balls right away.
Yes, pain in the balls. Hold on, can you hear this? Oops, I lost something. Oh, I lost a sound on my computer. There's a big yellow exclamation point, which I've never seen before. But we're still going. Martha Ulrich is in the Facebook page. She says, yo, this is from Martha Ulrich from Boston. Yo, what up? Because that's how she talks. She's into hip-hop. And she says, this was just 1 minute ago. Are we still talking about landlords from hell? Because, yes, I think at some point I may have been in a Xanax daze at 3 a.m, but I did do a broadcast about landlords from hell. And in particular, the red-headed demon landlord, in which his name will be nameless. But yes, Martha, we are still talking about that. If you would like to call in, Martha, and tell me some landlord from hell stories, the lines are open. I've put the link in the chat, which is through I think it's through Zoom. Yeah, that's the best way I can bring it in. But yes, Judy knows about the landlord issue, and I'm looking for a new place. Actually, I just had an epiphany right here live on the air. I am going to do a PBS pledge-a-thon for myself, but I'm going to be asking people to find me an apartment. It's going to go on for hours. It's going to be relentless.
Right. Who's going to do the vetting? Someone's going to have to vet the landlord. Never mind them checking you out.
Yes.
You need to check out the landlord.
That's right. Oh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. That's good. That's good. Well, nowadays, I don't know. You remember years ago now, there was a website like Rate My Professor, My College Professor, something like that, where the students would anonymously basically rate their college professors. And why hasn't that been adopted into every single aspect of life? I mean, we have Yelp for restaurants. That's sort of a similar thing where you can rate the restaurant and whatever. I once left a review for, it's not there any longer, but they had half-price drinks and half-filled drinks. So, you can put your opinions out there. Happy hour was half-price drinks and half-filled drinks. Do you get it? It was half-price because it was half-filled. And I took a picture of it.
Well, that's crazy. Not back in my day when it was ladies' night and girls drank for free. Those drinks were friggin' potent and they were full. The girls bring the boys around,
Yeah, the milkshake.
Girls drank for free. Can you believe that? That literally on Sunday night, it was called Ladies' Night.
Yeah.
And literally for 2 hours,
yeah,
all females got to drink for free. And then, of course,
amazing.
2 hours later came the, predators. No, then came the men, looking for a girl that was a little tipsy.
Yeah. And now you're talking about like the 70s, 80s, late 70s,
this would have been early 80s, like 82, 83, 84.
82, okay, early 80s,
in Boston.
Yeah, Boston. That's my
Every
hometown.
Night they had it like they had Pearl Harbor night, Ladies' Night, 2 for 1, you name it.
What'd you say, Pearl Harbor night? Now, wait a minute. Did you say Pearl Harbor night, or am I stroking out?
I said Pearl Harbor night.
Like what?
And the green.
What is it? Pearl Harbor a drink, or do they mean like the men were like kamikazing into the bar? What is that all about? Pearl Harbor night.
The drink was called the Pearl Harbor, and it was green, and it had is it called Midori?
Something like that. Right. Oh,
with vodka. And nobody should drink vodka.
So wait a minute. So the drink was called a Pearl Harbor because basically, what you imploded from the inside out, and you just passed out, and then you woke up maybe in Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah. It
The
was
Pearl Harbor.
bad. Let's just say that. It was bad.
Yeah, no good. Well, yeah, and here we are in Florida, where everybody thinks it's a big playground here, Miami. And
well, let me ask this: may I take a health break and just run and do something, and I'll be right back. Like 5 minutes. I just got to take a health break. Should I call back in? You want?
Oh yeah.
On?
No.
How do you want?
Oh yeah. You can leave the. You want to leave the line open? We talk in just a few minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. That's fine. Okay.
Talk amongst yourself.
Okay,
all right.
There she goes. And here's
there's
the applause. They loved you. The whole studio audience loved Judy. She'll be back. She'll be back in just a moment. I want to know. Martha Ulrich wants to. What? Blah 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 blah. It's asking me for a meeting number. Oh shit! How does that work? Hold on a second. Let me.
Wait a minute. What happened? So, like, I just jumped out of my vehicle.
Yeah.
And I had you on the, my Bluetooth, and now I'm just walking around with my phone.
Oh well. Okay. So it disconnected from the Bluetooth.
Yes, but I still have you on FaceTime audio.
Yeah, and I can hear you.
Okay, wonderful. So, I am heading to the ladies' room.
Oh, good. Oh my God, this is our first in like on the street report, and we're gonna get some sort of bathroom activity.
Yes.
Hold
I'm
on,
going to
Martha.
mute though when I go into the ladies' room.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, I mean, yes, that's great. Good, do that. What I'm looking for here is, and you know, I think Zoom might have crashed on me. Something has crashed here on this computer. Check version failed. Not now. Interesting. Let me see if I can quit this. Cancel. It's asking for a number. Hold on. Share screen. Invite. I got the invite. Copy. Let me try this. I don't know what this is.
Still being.
Oh, good. I'm trying to get Martha Ulrich into it. Oh no, I don't know if I did that right. Invitation. Beep 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 beep. Oh, here it is. No, I got it. Oh, I got it. Here it is. Here it is. B F X 6. Here it is. Here it is. Not that. Let me delete that. Delete. Oh, wait a minute. Edit. This.
Okay, Paul?
Yeah. Oh, I'm here.
I'm back, and I am heading to Sully's, Castle Island, for some baked fish.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Yes.
That sounds so good. South Boston, Castle Island, Fort Independence, and some baked fish. Nothing like it.
You ain't gonna get a better piece of fish for that amount of money that you could bake and cook yourself. It's like $10, and it's amazing with a little Ritz cracker crumb on top. I love it. It's my favorite. Paul, you with me?
Oh, I'm here. I'm just looking at. I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to integrate calls basically through Zoom, audio only at this point. I thought would be the easiest, and my friend Martha wanted to call in with. She had some wonderful stories to tell us about landlords, and I think that needed a code that I think I gave her. I sort of wanted to set it up, and I didn't really look at it that closely to begin with the Zoom, where it was just public. You know, I would just share the link, and it was public, and people would pop in, and I could choose whether or not I wanted to put them on the call, basically.
Wow, okay. All right.
I mean, you just happened to call in on the telephone at the moment that I was doing this, so it kind of, that worked out. And it sounds good. It's a good, clean signal. And so now you're heading to Sully's. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I should